Hi, Capricorn. Welcome into your reading. Welcome in, welcome in. All right. I feel like I'm constantly sick this winter. What's going on out there? All right, universe, angel, spirit guides. Let's see what the situation is for Capricorn. We're going into the second week to the third. So we're going from February 10th onwards. All right, situation, please. 11th, something like this, February 11th onwards. What's the situation for Capricorn, please? All right, you're semi letting go of a certain situation. You're either letting go of a person or you're letting a situation in itself go, right? I think some of you could be indulging in maybe a runner chaser dynamic in a love ship. Maybe it's something that you felt like it was unrequited love before, but now you're kind of like indulging in it. You're kind of taking it as it is. So if you were holding on to somebody or the situation in itself, you're letting go. You're just like, fuck it. I'm gonna throw spaghetti up against the wall and see what sticks. Right? Because you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is somebody who does things casually. They go in, they go out. They party, they leave. They don't stay to clean up the club. They dance, they leave. They drink, they have fun, bye. They leave somebody else to clean all that up. That is what the Knight of Wands does. Comes to party and goes. That could be in regards to any situation in your life, whether it's a friendship, a love ship, a lovership, or even at something that you're engaging with a hobby or work. You're not taking it seriously, but you are also engaging in it. I do see you have feelings towards it, or the person, or the relationship with the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's see what's going on. What's coming towards my Capricorns, please? Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I think this is more or less why you are... I hope you can hear me clearly. This is more or less why you're indulging. I think you're curious. I think you're wondering where it could lead, where it can go. I do have the King of Swords here. This is the person that's on your mind, which is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius card. These are just energies of these signs. Doesn't mean that's the only person that you're dating. More or less, the moral of this story is you have somebody at the back of your mind that's very cerebral, kind of smart, very like in their head. They don't really express feelings all that much. They don't talk about it. They just show it in odd ways how they feel or care for you. I see you torn, very torn. And it might have been like a feeling where you're getting over that feeling of being torn. You're just like, whatever now, right? I think maybe it was tough for you to make a decision in your recent past. But now I feel like you're ready to take off that blindfold and make that decision and move forward regarding this individual. All right, let's see what you don't see coming your way, Capricorn. Ace of Swords. So at least we're putting some truths down on the table. We're laying it out there. Here you are, Queen of Pentacles. You know what I love about this energy? You never betray yourself. You never betray your roots, who you are, what you think, right? Even if there's like some poor choice or decision that was made, it's like you uniquely know, Capricorn, how to do a U-turn and come face about in regards to this situation. Because I see you here as the Queen of Pentacles, right? Whether you're male or female, if you're new to my channel, you are my queens. The kings are the incoming energy. I wouldn't do that for private readings. We'll just do it for YouTube so we can discern who's who energetically. So this being you, you're nurturing, you're loving, you're kind, caring, you're in your zone, right? So you're putting all the truths out there. You're like, look, here's my situation. I'm going to be raw. I'm not saying this is your situation. I'm giving you an example. I'm married, but I like you a lot. My marriage is failing. I'm really interested in you. I just don't know where I'm headed. I'm not emotionally available right now, but I know I like you. I mean, yeah, that's neither here nor there, but they're being honest with you. So it's kind of one of those vibes that you are doing. Okay? I do see you have feelings towards this person, but I feel also that you're not giving too much. I think you're just kind of letting it play out a little bit. What is the advice here for Capricorn, please? Five of Wands, Temperance. In order for you to find your balance here, this is your advice. In order for you to find your balance here, Capricorn, you need to challenge whatever your status quo is right now, or your person. If you're having a situation with your marriage or your institution, what's your institution? It is your career, your job, your college, your whatever tried and true traditional route that you've taken. You need to argue this. You need to challenge this. And then this is what's going to help you bring about your balance, your peace. So in order for you to restore that, you need to have a little bit of patience and just kind of discuss the situation. If you just ignore it and you put it under the carpet, the other person is going to think you don't give a shit or you don't care. So they might do something stupid and rash that you don't want them to do. What's the outcome of the week? Speaking of rash, I have the Tower. If things aren't, I mean, I get that you're going to be saying something anyway because I see the Ace of Swords here, but there needs to be some sort of challenge. Like, you need to argue this here with someone. Now, I don't know if you're dealing with two different scenarios, Capricorn, where you have a lover and then you have the home front issues going on with you simultaneously. So only you guys know what your advice is. But at the end of the week, I see somebody rushes in or will the following week and without thinking say something. And it will cause an explosion, will cause a fight. It could cause a breakup to the point where you might not talk to this person. Funny thing is, it can be fixable. But I see you moving on anyway because you're like, I already have people in my life. I have something here for me. So you're just kind of like getting in your ship and you're like, I don't need to deal with this. I can move on and not deal with this at all. Interesting. But I feel like when you do that, that's when the other person rushes in to say something that they might actually regret. All right, let's start clarifying all of these cards. See what's going on here with you. Knight of Wands, Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Five of Swords, and the Two of Wands. It almost feels like I'm not going to be bothered kind of feeling. Because you know who you are. You know where you stand, right? Because here you are as the Queen of Pentacles. You know what you have to offer. But now you're ready to move on from a certain situation. You're like, I'm just going to let it go. That's it. What else can I do? I'm going to move on with my future. I'm going to cut this part of my life off because you're in your head. And you're like, I don't need to be there. I don't need to be all up in my head. I could just make this sacrifice and just move on and find my stability again. So you're kind of like doing something aloof. And it almost feels weird because usually my readings are about you guys. But this is making me feel like what the other person might actually do in comparison to your thoughts and feelings and actions. That's what's making this so interesting. So here it's like you're going to make a tough decision, or at least you're about to go into that process of making a tough decision regarding this one person. Please clarify King of Swords, Two of Swords. I have two kings. Now, either these are two energies to one person, one and the same, because of the earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy, and the other king, which is the King of Swords. For me, when I see the Two of Swords, I think it's two people. You're trying to pick an avenue. You're trying to pick a lane. And I think you want to go down the lane to you that feels most stable, most real, most tangible. Because you are seeking to have your centerpiece and your balance. All right, Ace of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. I think after you put some truths on the table, like when you be honest here with somebody, this uproots or upends your world in a way with a particular person or a relationship. And it puts you a little bit in the timeout zone. You have Hermit, which is Virgo energy, the Tower, which is Scorpio. You also have Pisces on the table. Yeah, those are the major arcana so far. Oh, and Sagittarius with Temperance. Yeah, I think some truths are laid out and then boom. But for you, you're like, fuck this. I need to find my stability. I need to take care of me right now. Because here you are as the Queen of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the other deck, again, is the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're like, are you crazy? I got to find my structure. I got to upgrade here. I got to level up and go to the place where it's going to give me the most success. But I see you very emotionally guarded, Capricorn. You're not putting down that guard. All right, Five of Wands and Temperance, please. To be quite honest with you, Capricorn, and this is where it gets very interesting, you have the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. With the Two of Swords again. Sorry, I keep going like this. I'm like fighting a very bad cold and my head is starting to feel it. Okay, it's not you guys. In your advice, the Five of Wands, which is telling you that you really need to argue this out or challenge someone in order to find that peace and balance. It's also showing me the Nine of Pentacles. You need to do something here independently. So if this is work related, you have to do it independently. If this is love related, it's talking about you being single for a minute. Separate yourself from all parties involved so you know what's best for you, right? You need to work on you, and that is why. Because you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. These are two cards that talk about working on yourself. Your human construct, your shadow side, just your shit. Like sometimes when we go along the way as the Queen of Pentacles, we're nurturing, loving, kind, caring to everybody else. But where are we? Where's our identity in all of this? Right? What do we want? Where are we in this scenario? So that's what it's telling you to do. You need to challenge the status quo. You'd be like, hold up. I need a minute here. I need to figure out my shit. And that, by me doing that, then I can help the rest of you. It looks like you do need to just also watch, if this is work related too, just make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's. You know, don't do anything haphazardly. Because I see the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And some of you might be doing this because you kind of don't care about something. Because you're torn, you're trying to make a choice. So just be careful. Same thing in love. You're just be careful you're not doing something too casual, because you are affecting other external people's lives. All right. But you do need to take care of you. Outcome, please. Clarify. Three of Wands and Justice. I think you guys are also waiting for, if this is literal justice, this is talking about court. So if you're in court, you're waiting for that verdict. And it will be just. It will be fair for all parties involved because it's in the upright position. So at least the outcome will not be, unfair. But I see you waiting here for it. So this is also a karma card. It looks like you're waiting for karma to take place. You're not talking to somebody. So you move on and you're like, fuck it, let karma do its job for me. One of these jams. But it silos you. It makes you go within, because I see the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You kind of like seal off. So be careful you don't do that. Sometimes we do need to be vulnerable to people in order for other people to open up to you. Of course, if you're not interested, then there's that. What's going on here in regards to love for Capricorn, please? So it is unrequited love. That's what I was looking at when I saw this Four of Cups. Something you're not that interested in, but you indulged. Anyway. Maybe because you were curious, like we said earlier. Maybe because you just wanted to see if it had any roots to it, right? That it was something that could be sustainable. And maybe you found out it wasn't. Or just not enough of time. So whatever your advice is now making it even more interesting, because it's telling you to challenge the status quo on something. Now, shadow and light, what advice do you have here for my Capricorns, please? Shadow and light, please, for Capricorn. I usually find these so enlightening. It's crazy. I love working with oracle cards because they help me work out my problems. Vulnerability and empathy. This is interesting. And I always find that it always is right on the mark when it comes to each person's cohort. So let's see what's going on here for you guys. Empathy is the ability to truly feel and be with someone in their feelings, to walk together with them on a dark road. And it's not standing beside them and waving at them, but truly being there for them, to hold their hand and drown with them for a moment and be able to feel their emotions. By understanding how they feel, you can help to pull themselves up from the surface again. To be able to say, I feel sorry with you, instead of I feel sorry for you. Let their feelings blossom into their darkness. Let them spread out. In that way, they can be freed of some of the pain. When we are vulnerable, we let other people in. I just got done telling you this, opening up, being vulnerable. It is the way we can show them the dark path we are taking with all of their flaws and nastiness. We let them see the parts of us we have tried to hide deep down inside under the surface. Therefore, empathy cannot exist without vulnerability. If you don't dare to show yourself and what you truly feel, it's almost impossible for others to understand you and show empathy towards you. This card challenges you to think of your vulnerability as an asset rather than a liability, as a strength rather than a weakness, a true power within you. You have so much to gain from showing your true self. It might feel extremely scary to show your vulnerability in front of someone, but don't you admire people that actually do this for you or to you? Or in general? Don't you think of them as brave or strong? Showing vulnerability is often seen as being weak, but it's actually being extremely strong. Someone opening up to you might make it easier for you to open up to them, and likewise, you can help someone else to release their feelings by revealing yours to them. A bond of trust and empathy can then start to flourish and grow between the both of you. My vulnerability is my strength. There it is, guys. This is like basically the gist of your video and your reading. So, it will always be unrequited love, because we cannot let people in. If we don't let them in, where would the bond form? It wouldn't. And maybe that's what you're doing now, because you're dealing with other shit in your life. But do look at this. All right, guys, this is what I have for you this week. I hope this helped. Please leave me your comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one.